Welcome to the Kurt and Jen podcast. And you are not seeing Kurt, you are seeing Mario Magana, my guest co-host this morning, because Kurt is still on bereavement leave. If you have not heard, his father passed away. You heard that, didn't you, Mario? You know Kurt.
I did. I did hear the news, and it's sad. I can't believe that at our age that these things are starting to happen more frequently, which is unfortunate.
I know. I hate it so much. Anyway, I think he's either going to be back Friday or Monday. I just said, take some time, because I think he got back late last night because the funeral was in Cincinnati yesterday. Got back late last night, and like, take a load off, like get yourself back, to just take a deep breath. Take a deep breath.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you got to, especially.
I'm glad you're here though, Mario. Mario is a longtime friend. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Mario.
Well, you and I, we worked together at the mighty 101.5 in our last stint. I've been in the radio business or media business for such a long time now. I still have a radio show, Jen, that plays weekly on 570 KVI and KOSW and KAPY here in the Pacific Northwest. Now, for those of you who like Bigfoot, UFOs, Jen, did you know that that the Pacific Northwest is home to some of the most paranormal activity around the world?
No, I did not know that.
Yes. For one, the Maury Island incident. Have you ever been to Maury Island? That's over on Vashon Island. There's a little island.
Vashon.
Vashon. And back in the day, there was this incident that happened during the J. Edgar Hoover days of the FBI. Well, he sent these guys out, and that's where the Men in Black came into existence.
Seriously?
Kid you not. Now, every year in Des Moines, because Maury Island is parallel to Des Moines, Washington, there was a UFO sighting back in the day. So that's what that happened back in those days. So every year around June, I think it's coming up on the 13th, they're holding like this huge, massive Men in Black costume event.
Are you going?
I am not going. No, I will not be going.
So your show is all about the paranormal stuff. And if you're interested, it's interesting to check out.
Yeah, you can check it out. Yeah. So
Where?
onairmario.com, or you can go to your favorite podcasting platform and just search for US Phenomenon.
How many times? How many times a week? Once a week?
Once a week. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're here to not do paranormal stuff. We're just doing like silly stuff that's conversation starter, and hopefully will spark some joy or a smile or something. We're so glad you're here.
Well, thank you. Yeah.
Here's what's coming up in the show. McDonald's has a popular item coming back, and it's not the McRib. Yeah, not the McRib. Do you have a pet? We're going to share how much it costs to have one in 2025. What else, Mario? Because I put this story in just for you.
Now, there is a famous guitar that is missing from a 1980s classic movie. I say it's a classic.
Well, you've watched this like 1 million times, this movie.
Yes, I do. I watch it all the time. Even my new coworkers know that I watch this movie.
I have to say thank you to Mario, because we're on a different. What are we recording on? Do you want to plug what we're recording on?
Oh, it's just StreamYard. It's a platform where you can record podcasts, and this is how.
For those of you watching on YouTube, he's got our Kurt and Jen podcast logo in the corner, and he's got all of our bumper music. It's going to sound professional. I'm not going to be playing it off my phone because Kurt's not here. So go hit it, Mario.
Here we go. Oh, I forgot to turn it back up.
All right. I have a couple just really quick little like follow-ups, because on Monday when Pat was filling in, my boyfriend Pat, we talked about Taylor Swift buying back all her music. You saw that, right, Mario?
Yes. Good for her.
So the streams of Taylor Swift's original albums have now doubled on Spotify, which I love so much.
I mean, girl power, right?
Yeah. Yes. And then the other thing I needed to mention, because it's from the 80s, is Rick Astley, Never Gonna Give You Up. So the whole big joke, right? Like that song was kind of a big joke, and then people would rickroll you.
Right.
Well, guess what? He's getting the last laugh, because that song just crossed over 1 billion streams on Spotify, which means people are actively choosing to listen to this song instead of getting duped into it on YouTube.
You know, it's crazy to think that I mean, it doesn't take much to get that song stuck in your head. It really
Oh,
does.
it's a great earworm for sure.
For sure.
All right. Okay, for all you single ladies listening or watching, Mario is a single gentleman, and he's super nice and awesome and chivalrous, and he's on Tinder. And I'm bringing the story up because Tinder not only is rebranding itself, but now they did this as an April Fool's joke like a handful of years ago, and now they're actually making it a thing. And that is they're going to allow women to filter out shorter men, which I don't really know how I feel about this. I'm going to talk about the story, and Mario, you can fill in here for sure.
Yeah, it's interesting to me that for those who may be short kings is what they call them.
Short kings?
They call them short kings, yes. Ladies who will not date guy. Well, they are short kings. So I forget what the height is, but I fall in the short king category. 5'7" is part of that demographic, and it may be like 5'7" to 5'10" or something like that. It's wild. Now, I know that this is huge, but a lot of ladies right now are actually dating short kings.
Well, I'm going to tell you something. First of all, I'm going to tell you that it's part of their premium package. So you have to, if you're on Tinder, you can be on Tinder for free. You're not going to be able to use this filter unless you're part of the Tinder Platinum, which starts at $40 a month. But I will say that, as I started my whole dating adventure, I had in my mind that I wanted, tall, dark, and handsome, what every woman thinks she wants, until she really gets out there and starts dating guys and realizes, you know what? They don't have to be like super tall to be a great guy and be your right partner. Because if I would have kept that, because I let that go after I dated a little bit, and that's how I met Pat. Like Pat probably falls into that, because I want to say Pat's 5'10", maybe, or maybe a little bit shorter than that.
But why do ladies get hung up on the height thing? Is it to feel safe, secure? You know what I mean? Like,
I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. You have this big guy that kind of wraps his arms around you, and it's like, but Pat is like, works, he's like muscly and like, oh, I love it so much.
Yeah.
And you work out all the time too. So like, you're buff.
I try. Yeah, you got to stay in shape at the.
Anyway, I would just say, you know what, for the single women out there,
give the short kings a try, right?
Keep your mind open. You don't know what, height does not ultimately matter. It's all the other stuff, character, all that.
Oh my gosh, Jen, I thank you. I hope for all the ladies out there, give the short kings a try. They're not that bad. I promise you.
Cue music.
I'm trying. Oh, hold on. I turned it down. There's too much I'm doing over here.
Do you want to talk about this one?
All right. So back in the day, I used to work at Mickey D's, but they did not have this item.
Yeah, that's right. You did work at McDonald's.
I did work at McDonald's. Now, the snack wrap was not around in when I was 15 years old. So 16. So 95% of you won't care about this, but 5% of you care a lot about this.
I care.
Now, are you a snack wrap fan then, Jen?
Yes. When they had the snack wraps, and I didn't realize it was back. When did they debut it? Back in 2006. Snack wraps debuted in 2006 as a healthier option, featuring chicken, lettuce, and cheese in a flour tortilla with different sauce options. I freaking loved that thing.
Well,
and then they took it away.
It's coming back July 10th. So if you're excited about that, but here's the one thing about Mickey D's and the snack wrap. If you're a huge, let me call it Mickey D's specialty items, the snack wrap, the McRib. Now, if you're enthusiast of those items, you're passionate about these things. And this is why people love them so much. I mean, they go to McDonald's for these specialty items. I don't know why they just don't leave them on the menu.
Well, now they are. That's the thing. Snack wraps is coming back, but they're coming back for good, and they're leaving it on the menu, which great. But here's the thing. I've been trying not to do the fast food thing much at all.
Yes.
So, I mean, will I go to McDonald's?
you will.
Come get
Yes.
this? Okay, maybe I will. But the thing is, I offset it by eating the fries. Hot fries at McDonald's. Come
Yes.
on, what's better? Nothing.
Nothing better than hot fries and a cold Coke.
I know you wanted to read this next story in my
All right, let me hit the Jen and all of you that own pets.
owning a dog or cat.
Yeah, if you own a dog or a cat, will cost you at least 20 G's. That's $20,000 for all you pet lovers out
For
there.
its lifetime, right?
For its lifetime, yeah. So think about this. You think about the cost of a dog, about 15 years, and a cat, the average year, that's about $5,735 a year. Yeah, about $8,000 for a dog.
That's way more than I would have thought. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Because I mean, I buy probably dog food. I buy the Costco dog food.
I mean, and these numbers this could be up to 3 times more depending on what type of dog food or a cat food that you're buying for your for your baby, your little baby.
And your vet bills too.
Oh my gosh, don't forget about the vet bills that are about, and hey, think if you have a cat and that cat may live like, hey, this life is too good. I ain't going anywhere. This could be your cat could be costing you anywhere between $20,000 to $47,000 of it in their lifetime, life.
They say that there's an average of at least $1,300 a year for cats and $1,500 a year for dogs.
Whew. I mean, I don't have a pet right now, and mine are all in, all dogs and cats go to heaven. So, Maria and Tigger are my two, they're up there somewhere. So, yeah. Good. I mean, for those that are pet lovers, so I mean, these are people's kids nowadays. I mean, there are more pets probably in the metropolis Seattle area than there are probably kids. I'm assuming. You just don't see them. You see pets everywhere.
I bet. Yeah. Yeah. More than 75% of pet owners say they think of their dog or cats as family members, a best friend, or their child. I think of Sailor as a family member. Sailor, my dog, Snotty Sailor. She's a family member. I count her as one of my kids.
As you should. All right.
Anyway.
Here we go.
I'm not giving up my dog just because she costs that much.
You shouldn't.
All right. School's coming to an end soon for many, and for some it's already over for this. I mean, they're out for the summer, their kids, but I wanted to talk about the most common high school experiences. Did you like high school, Mario?
Yeah, it was fine. I didn't have any issues. I got along with everyone. Everyone either knew me or I knew them. Yeah.
I liked high school a lot. I mean, I was super involved. I know that's probably a real shocker to you.
No, yeah.
But there's a pull out online that looked at the most common high school experiences that we share. And the number one makes sense to me. I think that everyone probably experiences this at some time. But these are the top, what do I have here? The top 10, I think. I'm just going to roll through them. Number one, I'm just going to start with number one. Did you have a crush on someone in high school? 87% of us did. Did you have some?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Had a specific friend group or clique?
Yes.
83%. Took a class you loved.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
Took a class you hated.
Of course.
I hated math. Hated math.
Oh, math was. Yeah, I mean, math was not everyone's problem, but yes.
Went to at least one high school football game and also went to at least one high school dance. Can you check that box?
Yes.
I'm checking all these boxes so far.
Yes, I am too.
Yeah, take a mental note in your head as you listen. Like, oh, okay, yeah. Kiss someone.
Not at the high school.
You did not kiss anyone in high school?
I mean, I kissed somebody, but not at the high school.
Well, just during your high school experience, you kissed someone.
Yes.
Lied to your parents?
I still lie to my parents.
Oh my God. Took the SAT or ACT test.
Yeah.
Went on a date.
Of course.
Had a boyfriend or girlfriend.
Yep.
And the side note is had sex in high school.
Yeah.
Okay. Most people rated their overall high school experience as they didn't actually hate it. Most loved high school.
Most people loved high school. I loved high school. It was fun. It was good times.
Yeah.
All right, Jen, are you a pretender?
Am I a pretender?
Would you say well, people are paying $5 right now to pretend like they're going to the office to have a job. Now, a Chinese newspaper called the Beijing Youth Daily did a story on how young people in China are paying $5 to pretend they have a job. This to me is crazy.
Wait, I don't understand. They don't have a job, but they're paying $5 to sit in an office, or like, what are they paying $5 for?
I mean, as the story says, it's aroused by friends who are unemployed that the jobless rate in China right now is about 5% of the youth unemployment. But it's more likely to be like 17 because it's China. There may be some give or take. Not everyone is pretending, but a lot of the customers are just people who are freelance and need a co-working space. So they're going to places and looking for a desk. They're looking for Wi-Fi, coffee. They're looking for the aesthetics. They'll assign a task to the fake person. It's weird to me that someone would take the time to pay someone $5. If you're unemployed, that $5 is a lot of money. I don't understand why someone would do something like this. Why don't you just spend that extra 30 minutes to, procure a job or look for a job?
Some people even have fake bosses, and you can pay extra for fake fights with them. What?
But why would you be recording that on social media though? Or how I don't, yeah. Why? Is it maybe to build up their skill set? I mean, this one throws me off a little bit.
One woman said, who's been doing it for months, said it's cheaper than sitting at a coffee shop all day. I don't understand that.
Yeah, that one's
well, that exists, and it probably will exist here at some point in the United States, because this is in China right now.
Yeah. So it's probably coming.
Okay. Oh. Have you ever dropped your phone in the pool or a toilet or any kind of body of water?
Yes, I was with you when I dropped it in the river.
That's right, but you never found it. Mario lost his phone in the Wenatchee River.
We found it. It's just at the bottom of the river.
Oh, we did? I thought we didn't find it.
No, we found it pinging itself in the river, just sitting there in the body of water. We couldn't get it.
Well, I've dropped my phone in the toilet a couple times. It's embarrassing. Here are myths about dropping your phone in the pool. Because we've seen tons of stories about people who submerge their phone in water and it works just fine, but that doesn't mean that they're all really fine. So
right.
Myth number 1, my phone turned back on, so it's fine. It's obviously a good sign, but it doesn't mean you're in the clear. Moisture inside your phone can cause corrosion, and then it takes days or weeks or months later to see the effects.
This is true.
Myth number 2, my phone is waterproof. No, it isn't. Most phones are now water resistant, but how resistant are they depends on the model. The term waterproof, I'm using air quotes, isn't used much because phones generally aren't completely safe from water damage. Myth number 3, my warranty will cover it. Most out-of-the-box warranties don't cover water damage. You have to buy an additional warranty, and even those have limitations. And finally, and this is blowing my mind because I've used this hack before, the rice hack. Don't put your phone in a bag of rice to soak up the moisture. It doesn't work very well. The particles from the rice could get in your phone and cause even more damage. You're better off powering down your phone, removing the battery if you can, and let it dry out overnight.
There are very few phones that you can remove the battery anymore. Very few phones.
I wouldn't even know how to remove the battery from my phone.
Well, yeah, if you're an iPhone if you're in the ecosystem of iPhones, it doesn't exist anymore. I don't know that it ever existed. No, I mean you can't take the battery out.
All right. Well, I'm just telling you what this story said, and I think lately I put it in rice before, and I've also used a hair dryer to kind of blow out the air or the water.
Yes, we all have. I think everyone at some point I was like, I don't know how this rice thing's gonna work, but okay.
This is my phone. I got a new. It's the same one as I had my new shiny pink phone case. It's sparkly. It's hot pink. I love it so much. And you have plain black.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
Our question of the day from Monday that we asked on Facebook was, What did you get caught doing that you shouldn't have been doing? And the responses that you have are some good ones. I wish that we had had more stories, but here's what we got. Eric said, geez, hard to pick a favorite after 70 years. Eating at Dick's is my, let's see, my better half does not like it. Okay. Brad, okay, this is Brad, who I went to high school with.
Mm-hmm.
Said something, and then there's a bunch of other classmates that then popped in under the comments of his. So Brad said, throwing water balloons from my moving vehicle with Paul and Jeff. Jeff said, then Jeff popped in and said, we didn't get caught. We hid in random driveways. And then Brad's like, oh yeah, we never did get caught. Remember the time when Drew threw one in a window rolled up, and then he and I got wet in the back seat? I mean, they were going back and forth, and then Jeff said squirt guns at JCPenney's, and you and Paul got kicked out, and I ran up the escalator, and you guys were real mad at me because Jeff said kept asking the security guy, did you get a snapshot of who actually was shooting the gun, the water gun?
Oh my gosh, these guys are having way too much fun going way back.
I know, I love it. What else? Who else?
I'm looking at it. Ken said, that was Ken. They didn't get caught. Rita said back in the day, 1972, a police officer who worked with her dad, saw me eating ice cream. Be in the ice cream shop in the middle of the day when I should have been in school.
And he let her dad know.
Yeah. What? Yeah, that's
kind of sucky.
I mean, I'm sure people skip school these days. I mean, skip school back in the day.
All Kate did is leave an emoji that has the zipper on the mouth. She's like, I'm not saying. Phil said, well, probably letting the air out of the tires at the ATO boys car tire of the ATO boys car tires on Halloween. ATO. Oh, that's in college. That's a fraternity. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It didn't end well with me. Jennifer said skipping school on high school senior sneak in 1981 with friends from Pullman High School. Additional things we shouldn't have been doing. Have been doing too. Okay, so she skipped school and she was doing things they shouldn't have been doing and got caught. Okay. Talk about
what about Randy? Randy said that besides taking a whole pizza for himself, maybe hiding a girl in his dorm room after hours.
Oh my God. Okay, I'm coming to you next. I'm going to read Corey's story, and then you're next, Mario. I want to hear what you got caught doing that you shouldn't have been doing. Okay. Corey said in her senior year, a friend and I snuck out of another friend's house we were supposed to be sleeping over at to spend some time with boys, only to get caught in the middle of a brawl between Granite Falls and Snohomish guys. Those are a couple local high schools here in the Pacific Northwest. We were sneaking back into the friend's house only to find all of our parents waiting for us there. She was grounded for 2 weeks, but said it was well worth it.
So back in the day in high school, we would take the bus to the SeaTac airport, and we would head out to the North Terminal, South and North Terminal. Now, this is pre 9/11.
Yeah, you could just hang out in the airport. You can't do that anymore.
No. And we would go to the top of the escalator, and we would ride down the middle. They didn't have those bumps. The bumps probably exist because of us. But yeah, you could slide down, and you would like jump in the air and then land on your feet. And the other one, and we did get caught. We got kicked out. And the other one was we would go in the parking lot of the world's largest parking lot, which is the SeaTac airport, that structure. And we would take wheelchairs all the way to the top because they would just be hanging out, and we would ride them all the way down.
Wait, you'd ride them down the windy thing?
The ramp. Yeah, the ramp. Yeah.
You shut your mouth.
Did you not?
Was it so fun?
It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
I got caught making out with a guy. We were parked like looking over at some beach thing, and we got a police officer came over and was like, tap, stop making out. Go home and tell your parents.
Did you have to go? They didn't follow you home, did they?
No.
Okay. I'm missing the wrong music for this one. But so earlier we were talking about guitar missing. The Gibson guitar, they're in search of the Gibson guitar for the Back to the Future movie that Marty McFly, Michael J. Fox played back in the day. This is a Gibson Cherry Red ES 45, and it's been missing since 1985. Like, how does this Gibson go missing?
I can't believe it's like not in some museum or something.
I'm surprised. Like, how does that prop go missing? I'm surprised that Michael J. Fox didn't have it. I'm surprised that Huey Lewis didn't have this prop.
Okay, here's what it is. The guitar was rented from Norman's Rare Guitars in Los Angeles and returned after they were done with it. And then nobody knows where it went after that, like for real, legit. So it's likely that someone just bought it from Norman's and there's no record of the sale.
I mean, go ahead.
I was just going to say the guitar was likely from 1960 or 1961. Making it historically inaccurate since the part of the movie it featured takes place in 1955.
Yeah. And this year's the 40th anniversary of Back to the Future. So for those who are huge fans like myself, we'll be watching it. I've already watched it. There are phone numbers in the video that go to Lost. What is that?
No, okay, so here's the deal. There's a video that is super cool that you should try to go watch if you can, because it's about this missing Gibson guitar, and Leah Thompson's in it, Michael J. Fox is in it, Christopher Lloyd is in it, Huey Lewis is in it, the creator, one of the co-creators of the movies in it. I mean, they're like, we need to find this guitar, and so they're calling it Lost to the Future. And so if you go to losttothefuture.com, if you have information about this guitar, that's where you go. Or in this video that I was referring to, there's also a phone number you can call. I kind of want to just call the phone number and see what it says.
You know, I'm really surprised someone hasn't said anything about the guitar and say, "Oh yeah, I have it," and would want to sell it for a high dollar price.
I mean, it sounds like Gibson is willing to pay some top dollar for it. That's the impression I get. They don't say that, but they're like, we want to find this guitar. So I hope they find it. What a story to follow.
It is. It's a good one. I like it. I hope they find the guitar. And not only that, but it sounds like a fun adventure if you're looking for something to do this summer. And maybe you're in a thrift shop in California.
Who knows? Like, it could be anywhere. It's probably not even California anymore. It's probably somewhere else.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, I need
to spread the word. Okay. Mario, you and I both love Disney. Our children, you have a daughter, I have two daughters, love Disney even more than we do. They are huge Disney fans.
They are.
Do you have a Disney movie soundtrack that you love?
I can't think of off the top of my head. I mean, I know some. I mean, I have some earworms, but I don't know that I have one that like I love. All
right. Well, we're going to talk about the greatest Disney movie soundtrack of all time. And this is like an ongoing active poll that's happening at ranker.com. And so as of last night, because I checked last night, these are the top 10, starting with number 10, Tangled, Frozen, which is a huge one in our house, Mulan, Hercules, Moana is at number 5. This was surprising. Moana is at number 6. Tarzan is at number 5, which I was surprised about.
I'm surprised.
Number 4, Beauty and the Beast. Number 3, Little Mermaid. Number 2, Aladdin. And the number 1 soundtrack, this stayed at number 1 because I've checked this for a couple days now. Mm-hmm. The Lion King.
Can you feel love tonight?
Or what's that other one? Hakuna Matata?
Oh, Hakuna Matata. What a wonderful phrase. Yeah.
All right. Well, if you want to vote on that, you can go to ranker.com. I thought that was interesting. But Lion King, number 1 greatest movie soundtrack from Disney of all time. There you have it. Okay. These are, quote, money-saving hacks that can actually cost you more money.
I mean, I've done most of these.
You have?
Yeah, you would drive to go to another cheaper gas station. Yeah, like I go to Costco for gas.
Well, Reddit said name money-saving tricks that can actually cost you more. So go ahead, say it. So.
Okay, so what is number 2? Are we going from number 7? Are we going which way do you want to go?
Go however you want.
All right, number 7, growing your own food. How many of you actually still have a garden? And I know there are a few friends of mine that may have the space, but the time and effort it takes to have a garden, awesome that you have one, but it's just easy to spend the time to go and grab the organic stuff. Same applies to raising chickens and saving money for eggs. I mean, let's
because it's expensive to raise chickens. You've got to feed them.
you got to feed them. You got to have they got to have home. They need light. They need heat. So it's probably just cheaper just to growing your own food is just not for me. Oh my God, can you imagine if I had my own farm out here? I mean, it's not economical.
Here's the thing though about growing your own food. There is something satisfying about planting, sowing, all the things that you need to do, and then to reap the benefits of this fresh food that you know exactly where it came from.
How about buying the cheapest option? Sometimes it's fine, but the stuff like shoes and clothes, the quality doesn't last as long. I mean, look, I definitely do that. Like if you're watching us on YouTube, these t-shirts, they're like $9. And I burn through them.
Well, they're fast fashion. I mean, that's the big craze right now is all the fast fashion like Shein and what's the other big one? I can't think of it. Like there's just, I mean, fast fashion is all the rage right now. And but what that means is you suffer from quality many times, right?
Although my jeans are and those types of items are higher quality items, but
okay, so the whole point is that you probably will go through those faster as opposed to spending a little bit more money for a quality piece of clothing or shoes. Okay.
How many times what about meal prep services like meal kits and like HelloFresh? You think you're ordering less takeout, but it's a lot of the times like, look, you cook this, you get these items and you're still hungry. I typically am after I've done these meal kits. You might as well just,
and sometimes you don't even end up cooking them and the food goes rotten. So you're trying to save money by doing less takeout, which is also going to probably be a healthier option. But if you're not actually cooking the stuff and it's going to waste, then obviously you're wasting money.
How many times have you done this one? Buying stuff just because it's on sale, Jen?
I mean, Mario, I've done this. Like, I'm like, yes.
You like the day after whatever.
Yes.
The day after Christmas, you're there.
The day after Christmas, the Christmas in July, or is it Christmas in July, the Amazon sale? That's what they do, right? Christmas in July? Yeah. Yeah, I buy stuff because it's on sale. Why do you say that doesn't work? Oh, if it's something you need next week or next month, great. Just don't do stuff you might need. All right.
Yeah. Trying to make things for cheaper than
when you can just buy it.
So like, I mean, yeah. So if you're producing, it's hard to make clothes, that's for sure. And I mean, it's
for cheaper. That is, it's hard to make clothes for cheaper because everything's mass produced now.
It is very much that.
And like, if you use that as an example, I think they're talking about like even like craft stuff, like, oh, I'm going to do it myself and save money. No, because again, it's lots of time, a lot of energy, and it's a lot of money for the supplies. And it's probably just cheaper to buy it.
It very much is, because I know there's been times where I'm like, oh my gosh, I just saw some like cool meal that I want to cook. And that same meal that I could just purchased will cost me like 2 times what I wanted just to go out to have it. Like.
Well, so that would save you money then?
Going out to dinner, yes.
Oh, going out to dinner would save you money?
If instead of making that same meal, because you got to buy the ingredients, and typically when you're a bachelor, you don't have all the accoutrement in your cupboards. You're like, I'm a minimalist over here, so you're not going to find a lot of stuff in my shelves unless I need.
So this recipes was intricate, and you needed to buy all the fancy spices and all the things.
Yes, yeah.
You mentioned buying clothes or making clothes. Where would you even go to buy fabric these days? Joann Fabrics is gone. Like, who else has it?
Michaels
has fabric?
I thought they did. What about that other store? The
Hobby Lobby. Hobby Lobby has some. Yeah, not a lot, but okay.
Joann Fabrics is gone?
What? Joann Fabrics gone. Yeah, they closed down.
Oh, wow.
Do-it-yourself repairs, unless you know what you're doing, especially the big projects like renovating a bathroom. Well, I have Pat, so I'm lucky. He knows how to do all the things.
You got Project Pat over there to help.
And then the number one thing, what?
Driving to the gas station to get that cheaper fill up across the town or wherever you might have to go to get that cheaper gas. I mean, people are doing it unless it's a lot cheaper. Don't go out of your way to drive. It's not worth it anymore.
Okay.
It's not. I mean, that's what they said.
Well, because you're driving more, you're spending. Yeah, you're just using more gas to get there. So
yeah. I'm gonna come back up.
Put this story in.
Oh, I did. Let me.
I love it.
All right, so June is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. Did you know, Jen, that 1 in 10 men experience depression or anxiety, and less than half of them receive treatment, which is huge. I will say that as I get older, living in the Pacific Northwest, I feel like now that if I'm not taking my vitamin D, if I'm not working out, you get in these slumps. So, and I think our generation, we don't usually talk about these things, and especially dudes. Guys don't really want to talk about it. It's not manly, but it's okay to go out. You're not alone. Less than half will receive treatment, Jen. That's pretty sad. Really sad.
Well, so the lesson here, or the encouragement, is that if many people experience bouts of depression or have anxiety or even have long-term depression, and it's okay to there's help available. It's a great thing. I mean, my therapist told me when I went to get some therapy before my divorce, trying to save my marriage, that some of the smartest people go to therapy. So it's not don't let that be that's not a stigma anymore. I don't think, if you're going to therapy, and if you think it is, you don't have to talk about the fact that you're going to therapy. Just get the help that you need so that you're feeling good.
And also 40% of men have never spoken to anyone about their mental health issues.
I think you're right about our generation, but I feel like we're kind of the last of the not talking about it. I feel like more and more people of the younger generations are more open about having good mental health and getting the help you need to get there.
You're right on that piece. So if you're having issues, I always say this, and you're having bad thoughts and you need help, 811 on your phone, just call it.
Oh, that's 811. Okay.
All right.
Love it. This brings us to our Kurt and Jen podcast question of the day. And here it is. We're going to talk a little bit about it too. Here's the question, and we'll post this on Facebook. I'll have it on my Facebook page, Jen Pirak, and it will be on Kurt and Jen's podcast page on Facebook. What's a sound from your childhood that younger generations will never hear? So this was posted, I think this was posted on Reddit, maybe. They were asking, but you said one of the things when we were talking about this before we started recording, the dial-up internet tone.
Yes. Not the that one. No, I'm talking about the dial tone.
Oh, right. The regular dial tone of a telephone.
Yeah. I just played did you hear it?
No.
You did not hear the sound?
No.
Oh, okay.
Let's play it again.
All right, here we go.
I can't hear it, Mario.
Oh, wow. All right. Well, hopefully it made the podcast.
So some of the things that people are saying online of nostalgic sounds from their childhood with millennials, Gen Xers, boomers, a floppy disk being read.
Yeah.
Cassette rewinding faster and faster and faster until the final thump. A host asking smoking or non-smoking at a restaurant.
Ooh. Well,
right?
Yeah.
The squeak of the crank windows on cars. Did your parents have the crank windows when you were growing up?
Yes.
Mine too. Clapping out the chalkboard erasers.
Inhaling all that chalk dust.
Yeah, that was terrible. The click of the metal seatbelt buckles. Although I feel like people still hear that because that's in airplanes.
Yes, you do.
You don't hear it in cars, but you hear that same thing in airplanes. And then just a couple more. I love this one, Casey Kasem on the radio, but you made a point. Casey Kasem was famous. Like, I listened to Casey Kasem's Countdown every week on the radio.
Casey's Coast to Coast. American Top 40.
I love it.
Now we're back with another dedication.
Oh, I mean, he was really great.
Yes, he was. You can actually still hear him on. He's somewhere on out there doing his thing in the ether.
And then one other, I just want to mention one other, but I'm excited to hear what you come up with, is the intercom at Kmart telling you your parents are looking for you.
Whoop, whoop.
Or the blue light special.
Yep, the blue light special.
At Kmarche.
At Kmarche. You know what? Here's one for all you Target lovers. And I know that they had this at Kmart, but being able to go to the concession stand at Target and grab a hot bag of popcorn.
Oh.
I was so upset. I want to use a different word, but I won't. I was pressed, but I was mad.
Real mad.
I was real mad that they took away the popcorn. That was, for me, that's what kept me in Target.
You love your popcorn, Mario, and Kmarche used to have popcorn too. So
they did. Yeah, that was mine.
Okay, so before you play the closing music, I just want to express my gratitude to you for filling in for Kurt. Thank you so much. I appreciate your help in guest hosting and also letting us take advantage of the fanciness that you have over on your end. From
it's always fun. I'm glad that we were able to use it and double time on, like, change some things around. I'm like looking everywhere. I'm like, where's the close? Where's the close? But yeah.
If you want to hear more of Mario, he does have that podcast he mentioned at the beginning, US Phenomenon.
Yeah.
If you want to know more, it's on your favorite podcasting platform, but check him out. He's got some interesting guests and obviously interesting stories because he's talking about all the conspiracy things. And
not so much conspiracy, but like, yes, we do talk about conspiracy, like the JFK, things like that, but like Bigfoot and like haunted places like around the Pacific Northwest and beyond. It doesn't matter. It could be anywhere, but a lot of the stories are from old school stories from like Seattle, from the fire, and haunted places like the Merchants Cafe and the Pike Place Market.
Much experiences people have had, right?
Very much so. Like if you ever go to El Bistro to have dinner, there is a haunted ghost, a madam that lives there. You can.
I don't know where El Bistro is. Where is that?
El Bistro is like if you're going down to the gum wall on the left-hand side there, you'll see El Bistro. Like when you're going down the ramp it's right there in Ghost Alley, they call it.
Okay. Well, Mario, if you want to hear more of Mario, US Phenomenon, check it out.
Yeah, go to onairmario.com. It's easy to go there.
Onairmario.com. Okay. Thank you, Mario.
Oh, that's the wrong one. Hey, here we go. There you go. Picture.
We'll be back with a new episode on Friday, probably a new guest host, maybe Kurt Cruz. But in the meantime, have a great day, make good choices, find joy, spread kindness, and laugh because it's good for the soul. Have a good one. Thanks for listening.